So using an iPhone 12 has actually been pretty simple. It's a pretty simple phone to use. Now, but in all actuality, this is the camera on the iPhone 12. In this video, I want to talk about using the iPhone 12 regularly for 30 days. Now, I'm coming from an iPhone 12 Pro Max, which I used since right after launch, I believe, and the iPhone Mini as well. But Mini retired, passed it on. Pro liked it, too bulky. Back to the 12. Started with the 12, now I'm back to the 12 the next year. So in 2020, I gave you the 12 and I faithfully told you that that was the iPhone to purchase. So now we're in 2021. They brought out a new color. They brought out a purple color and I really thought it was eclectic. So I switched back to the iPhone 12 and grabbed a purple iPhone 12. And not so much just the color, but just using an iPhone 12 at this size, I think is right on point. This is the sweet spot for me. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how I've been doing over the last 30 days. And then also we're going to show you screen, battery, things like that. Let's go. Now, even though I've used the iPhone 12 and I bought it at launch, I switched up and was using the Pro Max and decided to come back to the 12 officially as my iPhone of choice about a month ago. And in doing so, I grabbed the iPhone 12 in purple and I put it in two different cases that I had on board. I purchased this Rinky case because I wanted the frost look just like my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now, Apple's products definitely can stand the test of time when it comes to quality. And I think this is where people genuinely find that they love Apple products for the consistency of the software updates and the premium build that could be labeled as premium build. This is a glass body with a metal frame, but I would have preferred a frosted back, i.e. my case. But there's tons of reasons why people, and I believe it's not just iMessenger and FaceTime. That's the only reason. Those are one of the two reasons I use an iPhone. That's because of family members and iMessage and FaceTime. But if I'm being honest, man, I like the iPhone 12. I think the iPhone 12 is a good fit, a good size. And I think the 12, when I reviewed it last year, I told you that this is the one to purchase, and I still stand true to that. I think the iPhone 12, the 12, the 6.1, I think, and not the Pro version, I just think the iPhone 12 is the one to get. And I've said this probably 100 times, but this is just based on, personal experience for me. I genuinely like this size. I know that I have massive hands, but that doesn't mean that I always want to carry a big phone. But the funny part, here's a fun fact about me. I only like very large Android phones for some reason. Any big screen Android phone, I can use it with these. And it's probably because of the weight of the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's definitely a little on the bigger side. It is a hefty device. And so that's something that you want to take into consideration compared to some other phones that you could possibly get from Apple. But overall, my experience with the device has been, it's been good. I don't have any complaints whatsoever. The iPhone 12 is the sweet spot for me as a person who would use an iPhone regularly. I don't need the Pro lens or whatever, all the Pro stuff, which is pretty much just an additional camera and Leica with technology. But it's not knocking those who have the Pro models, but I just think for iOS purposes, yeah, the 12 is definitely going to be the secure, safe, get your money's worth version of this device. Now, There are lots of promos on the iPhone 12 every now and then, or you just pay full cost for it, and that's ultimately what I ended up doing the first time. Ended up paying full cost, and then I ended up, catching a good promo this time around. So, nonetheless, the hardware on here is pretty nice. I've got a leather case and I've got this Rinky case that I purchased, it's just a good fit for me. The iPhone 12 is simple. It's a good size. I like the screen resolution. I like the way video looks on it. I do have a tempered glass on here, and so I've actually broken. I didn't break them, but I bought these. These are cheap $3 tempered glass. I didn't get the iCares, which is what I really like. I'm gonna have to go ahead and order those though, because I prefer the iCares brand for tempered glass, or White Stone Dome, whichever. But I'm pretty happy with the iPhone 12, using it regularly. There's just not much I can say about it that you haven't seen before. The new iPhones are going to come out shortly, the end of this year, more than likely, September or so. We're in June at the recording of this video. So the new iPhones will come out, and the new iPhones will probably look like this, and rumor has it that it's a smaller cutout at the top. It just doesn't matter. It's going to be the same thing. They've updated some widgets and things. It's nothing fancy is going to come with the way iOS looks. I saw WWDC. It's cool. A lot of the stuff they talk about I don't use, because I don't have an iPhone for that reason. I need just a good solid phone to use, and that's this phone. So this is even though I've used the iPhone, obviously use the iPhone regularly, I'm just following up with the 12 again, because in 2021, because I got this a month ago, and I've continuously used it through. Obviously, I'm using it alongside all other phones are Android phones. So, but I choose to keep an iPhone on hand for family members, and if I have to do it, it's going to have to be an iPhone 12. Let me go into settings here, because I was trying to figure out how to navigate their settings thing. So I want to go to week, see all activity, and then go to week, and then you can scroll back and you can see my screen on time. My average last week was almost 8 hours of screen on time, and I think this is per day. Last week average 7 hours and 58 minutes. I guess you can see the entertainment is 16 hours worth, social is 4 hours, and shopping and food and stuff like that was 4 hours. You can go back again to the prior week, and it just kind of gives you how you were using it and everything like that. So their screen on time thing is different. All I know is that this device can last me 24 hours off of the charger, and that's the most important thing for me. I do have the zero limit battery case that I'll use every now and then, but overall I don't use that's like an emergency type thing for me. But so far, this is the current week. The day, obviously it's just 2 days in, but the daily average is 5 hours and 42 minutes. So I don't know, man. I really enjoy having this particular iPhone of all the iPhones, because there's a lot of different Android phones that I can use that they perform just as well. It's just some people say, oh, you're in the ecosystem. You got a Mac, you got an iPad, but we're just talking about phones though. I try to get the most affordable iPhone when they offer it, or close to it, or the one that's going to fit me with the screen size. And currently, that is definitely this device. So if you have the iPhone 12, and if you just happen to have the purple, you can shout that out too. But I just feel like Apple they put these options out there, and they know which one you should choose. They know the one that's probably going to be the best fit for you, but they're not going to tell you that. They're going to get you to buy, they're going to tell you all about the Pro model, the one that costs the most money, and then they're going to tell you, oh, it's also offered in this configuration. And that's just a business strategy. We're not going to tell you about our lower priced products that pretty much do the same thing, have the same internals. We're going to tell you about the more expensive one first, and make you feel like you have to have that one. And that is marketing 101. your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.